Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to quickly make a pricing guide in Canva. Um, so you can actually get this pricing guide. I've already created it. It's within my Canva creator account. So I'll go ahead and show you where that's at now. So just to let you guys know, like I have three different screens here and my main screen is over here. So I will be looking this way. Um, Okay, so if you go to canva.com/p/build your best year with templates, you will find all of my templates that I have here. So you're seeing the back end version, which does include some templates that are under review. But you can go ahead and grab these templates and go ahead and use them within your account um, for free if you have Canva Pro. So I think I only have like one or two templates that are for like Canva free users. So these will just be for Canva Pro users. So if you don't have Canva Pro and you want to create a pricing guide, stick with me. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So we are going to go ahead and create this pricing guide. So let's go ahead and jump into Canva. We're going to go into create a design, and then we're going to go to US letter. So I'm going to be showing you quickly how to do this. Likely if you're creating a pricing guide, you should already have your brand and your fonts already set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose some. So if we take a look at this pricing guide, it's really just composed of shapes. So here's a fillable square, here's a square that's filled in, a square that's not filled in, and then a whole bunch of text. And then here's fillable square, and here are some elements. So super simple to create. So let's go ahead and do it. And I'm going to show you an easy way to do it by just creating one square at a time. So some shortcuts here. So let's go ahead and start with the title. So I'm going to go actually into styles. And I'm just going to choose fonts, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose some fonts so that I already have it. And then I'm going to go ahead and create, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my colors over here so we can see them. So here I'm just using tidy up so that I don't have to move them. So let's go over here and let's go ahead and pick colors. So you can pick colors within Canva too if you go into styles and then you go into colors. Here's some color combinations. I'm actually just going to go ahead and pick out my colors from a style that I already have. So I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to use this one. And then I have heading, subheading, and then I want a body. So since these are already two different fonts, I'm just going to use the Assist Regular as the body font, but I'm going to unbold it and I'm going to make it not uppercase. So this is the body font. Okay, so this is just for me, and this is what I do for all of my projects, just so that I have this here. So now I'm going to just go ahead and add a new page, and then I'm going to go ahead and start creating. So let's go ahead and create the header. So if we take a look here, we need a header. So on my keyboard, I am selecting Control C. You can also go up here to duplicate, and then you're going to want to go down to this page, and on your keyboard, hit Control V. I didn't hit Control C. There we go. So if you hit duplicate up here, it's going to create a duplicate here, so you can just drag it on down. Okay, so then let's go ahead and type in packages. I want this to be uppercase and I want it to be smaller, so I'm going to drag it to become smaller, but you can also type up here to make it a certain size. So now let's go ahead and center it. You can either move it to be centered, and you'll see this line that lets you know that it's centered, or you can come up here to position and you can select center and it will center it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color here to this darker color. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create this box right here. Now I'm going to go into shapes. I'm going to select the box. Nope, that's not a box. I'm going to select the box. I don't know what's happening. So let me just go and click it here. Oh, I guess it was still okay, so let's go ahead and make this box smaller. And I'm going to change the color to this lighter color. And then I'm going to hit Control C, Control V, because I just want to make sure that it's of good size. Oh, I missed a control. A control C, a control V. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to go up to position, and then I'm going to go up to tidy up, and then I'm going to hit center. I lied. I'm not going to hit center. If you hit group them and then you hit center, it will center them. So I want this to be a little bit smaller because I want it to stay in this box that's coming up. I like to make sure that I have enough white space. So now I'm making it smaller. Okay, that's perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and move it up a bit. And I'm going to ungroup them. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish it out. So by adding text, so package one, let's make that the subheading text, Control C, Control V. I'm going to bring it down and we're going to call it package one. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm just going to bring it out a little bit so that when we add numbers 2 and 3, because there's more space right here, then we won't have to go ahead and resize it. Okay, so now we're going to make this white. And now we're going to go ahead and make this square outline. So we're going to go into shapes, and then we're going to go down here to the square, and we're going to just make it black, and we're going to make it smaller by clicking on the side and matching it up over here. Okay, so this matches. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. That looks good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create the book now. So I'm actually going to take this square right here, hit Control C, hit Control V, and I'm just going to make it smaller right here. So move that. Make sure that it's centered. So if you move it around, you're going to see now it has this little pink dotted line. That means it's centered to this right here, which is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to go ahead and make that black. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit Control C, hit Control V on this package one. And now I'm going to change this to book now. Now this is too big, so we can go ahead and change the font size by going up here, or we could just make it smaller by doing this. Okay, perfect. That's centered. That looks good. Now let's go ahead and finish the inside of the square. So the inside of the square, we have the price, and then we have add what's included. So for the price, let's go ahead and use the main header for the price, and let's make this $50. We're going to also change the color after we center it. So now we have it centered. And now let's go ahead and grab the add what's included. I'm going to do that with the body font. So I'm hitting Control C, then I'm going to hit Control V. And now we're going to go ahead and make it a bullet point, and then we can type in add what's included. So add what's included. Let's make this smaller. And I'm actually just going to change it to 12 to see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that looks great. Okay, so now we need to make at least 2 more. So we're going to hit Control C, Control V. And drag it to where we want. If you need the page to be bigger, you can go down here and you can make it bigger. So sometimes you just may need to do that so you're not like staring at the screen. Okay, perfect. So let's make sure that these are even. We're going to select the first one, and then we're going to hit Shift on our keyboard, and then we're going to select the rest of them. And then I'm going to go up here to position. I'm going to select tidy up, and yes, it looks great. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're going to do is we are going to copy this over. So hit Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. And then let's change the colors here first. So let's make this color, and then this the light blue. And now let's go ahead and move the words over. Now this is going to be package 2. Control C, Control V, and this is going to be package 3. Let's go back to fit. That looks great. Let's change the pricing here. So let's make this one 75, and then let's make this one 100. Make sure that these are even. These might be too big, but that's fine. We'll just keep it there. Now let's go ahead and create the second row. And in order to do that, we're going to just go ahead and hit, we'll highlight everything. And then we're going to hit either duplicate up here or Control C, Control V. Now that everything is highlighted, we're just going to throw it down here. And boom. Now you can go ahead and change this, package 4, package 5, package 6 in the numbers as well, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that since it's pretty much the same. We're just going to move this up a tad bit. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab one of these, add what's included, and I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to make it wider. So now I can't really extend this out, and sometimes it's just because you're zoomed out too far, so you just want to zoom in. And now I'm going to extend it out. I'm going to take away the bullet point. Take away the bullet point. And now I'm going to add a little star. This is where you can add information about special pricing. If you have any type of like special pricing, that's where you can add that. Now let's go ahead and add the website down here. So we need a square. So let's go ahead and grab this book now square. Control C, Control V. Bring it right here. Let's hit center. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I probably need to zoom out actually in order to get a sense for everything there. Okay, so I'm gonna make this up. And let's change this color to the dark blue. And let's go ahead and add the website. So now I want this to be smaller, maybe 14. Yeah, 14 looks good. Let's move it down a little bit. Okay, so now we have a situation where the box is too small. So let's go ahead and click on the box and go out a little bit. And now let's type in really great site.com. Now let's go ahead and space out these letters a bit because they're too close together. And if we go up here to letters, we can move it out a bit. And let's just make sure that it's centered. It is, but let's also make sure that the box is centered as well. And now it is. And then now let's just make sure that this is centered. Okay, so everything is centered. Great. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add some elements to it. So of course you can add whatever type of elements. You could not add elements. It's really up to you. In this template here, I did add some stars here. So let's go ahead and go into elements. We're going to X out of shapes. And a lot of times I just like to go into feature to see like what they have because Canva always has new stuff. And so you can of course use like something like this, to create to create. So maybe something like that, and you can have it like off on the side. It's really up to you. You can move it around. Oh, it's cute. So there. So we'll just leave it like this. Let's just say that that's part of your branding. So of course, like I said, if you're creating a pricing guide, then likely you already have your colors and your fonts and your branding. If you don't, that's something that you're going to want to do first is just kind of come up with what your branding is going to be because you want everything to be consistent, especially if you're giving this PDF to like your clients. So here it is. Here is the version that you can download. And then, of course, you could just go in and you can change the colors. But again, yeah, if you don't have Canva Pro, then you have this tutorial that now has taught you how to do it very quickly. So let's see, it took me maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes to do that. So yeah, so um, you can go to my Canva creator website. Is on Canva. So canva.com/p/build your best year with templates. And you can take a look at my other templates. And if you want one of the templates, so you could go ahead and let's say if it's this packages one, you can click on it and then you can select use this template. So you won't have edit template because you're in the back end of what I'm seeing. But you could go ahead and use a template and it will add it right to your Canva account, which is pretty cool. Um, you can also go to my Etsy shop. I do sell Canva templates here as well as my services. Right now, I am having a sale because I'm planning on getting rid of all these templates for all new templates. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Build Your Best Year. So, yeah, so if you have any suggestions for any Canva tutorials that you want me to create, just go ahead and let me know in the comments.